is Dalia, and I'm part of the horticulture team here at Rogers Gardens. And today I want to talk to you about great shade plants. I selected a few of my favorites, and I wanted to see if I could introduce them into your garden. The first plant I want to introduce you to is Vricea. I just love it. This is in the bromeliad family. It does just beautifully in the shade. This will add a lot of contrast, form, and color into the garden. Instead of everything being color or soft, you can also add this beautiful texture into the garden in your containers as a backdrop, and also, as you could see up here on the wall, we've also put them into these beautiful hanging baskets. I just love this plant. It just really makes a bold statement. My next favorite large-scale shade plant is the Ligularia Gigantea. Look at this thing. This thing is incredible. This takes full shade to partial shade. It loves moist soil. It looks gorgeous around pools that have shaded areas. You can obviously plant it in a big pot. If you plant it in a 1 gallon like this, before you know it, it's going to look like this. And it actually flowers, these beautiful daisy-like yellow flowers. I just love this because this also adds a beautiful new type of texture and form into the garden. One of the reasons I just absolutely love Rogers Gardens is because they carry so many unusual begonias. I can't tell you how many species there are of begonias. This one right here is called Begonia Luxuriant. It'll get about 6 feet tall. It gets these beautiful white flowers. It's really unusual. Look at that lacy, gorgeous foliage that it has. I mean, look at this, all these beautiful begonias that we have all over the place. There's a begonia for every single spot in your garden. They love the shade. They love regular, well-drained soil, regular watering, and they just add so much color. Even the tuberous begonias. Look at these beautiful tuberous begonias. Really, these are just more, I think they're even more prettier than roses. So a lot of people can't have roses in the shade, but you can have something that looks like a rose, and that's these beautiful tuberous begonias. They will kind of go a little dormant in the winter time, but they're a true bulb, and they will come back every year. Here at Rogers Gardens, we have so many beautiful shade plants. It was so hard for me just to pick out several to talk to you about, but I wanted to introduce this beautiful Plectranthus wild blue. Look at the gorgeous foliage on this. This is variegated foliage, and this blooms like this from spring to fall. It gets about 3 feet by 3 feet, and it just really shows up in any shady garden. Now here's another beauty of a Plectranthus. This is Plectranthus Mona Lavender. I can't tell you how gorgeous this is in the garden. If you want to introduce a little bit of a darker foliage, and also look at the underside of this foliage. It's purple, it's lavender. So not only are you getting a beautiful interest from the top, you get a beautiful interest from the bottom, and on top of that, this thing blooms non-stop almost all year long. It spikes out with these beautiful lavender flowers, and it gets about 2 by 2 feet tall, and I'll tell you what, this thing just is striking in the garden. It's gorgeous under trees. You can plant it in containers. This is just a beautiful addition to any garden. I am so excited about introducing you to my next favorite shade plant, and this is the Boris. Boris comes in so many different species and so many different colors. This is just like a conversation piece in your garden. When people come over, it's fun to look at. They're fun to talk about. They'll take the full shade. They'll take all morning sun. And they just love to be tucked in and around and amongst the garden beds. They also do really well in your containers. You know, nothing makes me happier than to sit in a bed of beautiful heucheras. Heucheras are all about the foliage color, so it really doesn't matter what color you love or are introducing into the garden. There is a color that will match your shady garden. You can go with a beautiful green coral bell heuchera. We have these gorgeous, look at how beautiful the fall color of this heuchera is. It could take, all these could take full shade, and of course Monrovia has introduced the new selection which can also take more sun. We have these beautiful burgundy looking ones that are so beautiful in plum. We've got these gorgeous ones that are striped. We have, so look at this gorgeous one here that's got this yellow with this beautiful vein going through it. This is just a fabulous addition to any shade garden. If you don't want a lot of flowers, you can have a lot of color just by introducing the beautiful shades of heucheras that we have right here. We have so many beautiful fuchsias here at Rogers Gardens. We have ones that are in the hanging baskets. Look at how gorgeous the colors and how beautiful and big the flowers are. We've got them for the hanging baskets. We've also got this wonderful one that I want to talk to you about for your landscape, which is, this one is the Firecracker. The hummingbirds love fuchsias, and this one especially has that beautiful striped foliage. It has multiple colors. You could tuck these in and around your garden bed, underneath the trees. You could put these in your containers. These are just fabulous perennials. They really love a good cutback in the winter time, but boy, are they hardy the rest of the year. I highly recommend that you repeat planting when you're using these, so that it really makes that striking, bold statement in the garden. And now I want to tell you about my favorite shade vine. It's the Stephanotis. Stephanotis is unbelievably gorgeous in the shade. It has these beautiful, glossy, big green leaves, followed by these incredible white, waxy flowers that are so fragrant. Actually, it's called the wedding bouquet flower, because this is what they use a lot when they are making the wedding bouquets for the brides. This is just a fabulous addition to any arbor, and I just feel like this is just a really hardy, wonderful vine, and it doesn't just ramble and take over. It's very maintainable. Once again, this is Dalia, and there is no lack of choices here for shade plants. Here at Rogers Gardens, I have to tell you, we have so many different selections of hydrangeas and ferns and azaleas and beautiful foliage colors that I couldn't even talk about today because there's so many. Come on in and let us help you make that shady garden beautiful.